Hey guys, welcome back. I have a new crime story. As a lot of you know, I'm part of the LGBTQ community, so this is going to be quite close to home for me because this is a case that happened in 1998 in America, and it was known as one of the biggest hate crimes of the time on a homosexual 21-year-old. So if you don't feel able to watch this, then you can go ahead and click some of my other videos down below. So the boy's name was Matthew Shepard. He was born in Casper, Wyoming, which I tried to look up, but I'm assuming it's its own state. I don't know. He was the son of... he was born on the 1st of December 1976. The son of Dennis and Judy Shepard. And in school, he was made fun of because of his braces and his lack of athletic ability, I suppose. He had the braces from 13 to when he passed, age 21. He had a brother, Logan, who he was extremely close to, younger brother, who was born in 1981. Now here's where we get into whole abuse and murder. He, in 1995, I think. I did do my research, but he was beaten and raped on a high school trip, and he developed severe clinical depression and suicidal thoughts and was hospitalized a few times for that. So we fast forward into 1998 on the 6th of October. The 12th of October, because I am doing this on the anniversary. Sorry. Confused. Woo, back now. He was beaten by two men called Aaron McKinley and Russell Henderson. They met in a bar and they manipulated him into having a ride home with them. And they were all in their 20s. He was 21. He was beaten by a pistol and robbed and left for dead. And I will leave a picture on where he was left. There was a doe, so like a female deer, who lay next to him whilst he was just stuck to this post. So that always made his mum and his dad feel a bit better that he wasn't alone during the time. It was 18 hours he was alone for. Later, a cyclist thought it was a scarecrow, but went up a bit closer and realised it had been Matthew. And he was completely covered in blood all over his face, apart from one little stream where he had been crying for help, and it just wiped away the blood. So he was left for dead, and then the cyclist called the police, as you would hopefully think he would. And on the 12th of October 1998, he died from his severe injuries, blunt force trauma to the brain and skull. He was then noticed, if you like, as one of, because this was a hate crime. This was a crime because this boy was gay. I mean, and it happened like 9 months after I was born. That's just terrifying to me. Some people still say to this day that Wyoming isn't a great place to live. I guess because they've got that memory of Matthew. Excuse me. Asthma. So, yeah, he died in hospital in a coma, and he was pronounced dead 6 days after the attack. So I'm assuming he was attacked on the 6th and he died on the 12th. At the trial of McKinley and Henderson, McKinley already had a record and he's let out and met Henderson. They both were arrested and charged with attempted murder, kidnapping, and aggressive robbery, grievous bodily harm, it would be in this country, and Shepard's death. A murder which meant the two defendants were eligible for the death penalty. The girlfriends, Kristen Price and Cassidy Parsley. Don't know. Were also arrested for being accessories and perverting the course of justice, so lying to the police. At McKinley's November 1998 trial, he testified in the interview. McKinley had started an interview on the 9th of October that he and Henderson had identified Shepard and robbed and targeted him because he was a gay man. What I've forgotten to mention was they posed before giving him the lift to a rural area to rob him and kill him. They posed as gay men when they weren't. Yeah, it was a gay panic defence, so they came up with it fairly quickly. Shepard was also HIV positive, which back then was a lot harder to treat because, you know, it hadn't been a lot treatable, sort of. It was treatable, but it was horrible treatment. They were also done for pretending to be gay, instantly by alleged sexual advances by Shepard. Was the defense? That was the defense. Was rejected by that, but that was rejected. Sorry, you can't see my head. That was rejected by the judge. And they are serving a. I gotta stammer. They are serving a life sentence with no chance of parole. So that's a very good thing. Shepard's murder, still to this day, haunts Wyoming, and they are extremely careful with homosexuals there. His mum, his mum went on the Ellen DeGeneres show and promoted a book and told the kind of half full story. Didn't say the trials, she was just saying about the death. And she wrote a book, and the book's called A Book of hang on. No, it's not. Sorry. The book she wrote was called... Sorry, I'll just find it now. The magazine worked. I'm not sure. Because this was a different book called The Book of Matt, Hidden Truths About the Murder of Matthew Shepard, in 2013, so sorry about that little mistake I made. But his mum has written a book on him. The anti-gay protests were... There's actually a documentary on Netflix. Louis Theroux does it. And these are the same people from Baptist church who were like, yeah, he's dead, he deserved to die because he was gay. And it's just horrible. That's called the Westboro Baptist Church, led by Fred Phelps, who I think's dead now. But every funeral of soldiers, I'll do another one on that, but every gay person who died. So his legacy, years following his death, Judy Shepard had worked as an advocate for LGBTQ, and in 2009, Barack Obama passed a law saying Matthew's foundation she kept him the poster boy for as long as possible for gay people, and just to say, look, this is my son, this is wrong. This woman lost her baby just because of his sexual orientation, and it's brave face. It's heartbreaking. It's just. Oh, and then I forgot to mention that she's also worked against discrimination against lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and trans people, alongside doing it with people with disabilities as well. So that's kind of good to know. She sounds like a good woman. It passed the legislation committee in 1999. Sorry, that's kind of gross, me doing that. And he is buried in Washington National Cathedral on October 26, 2018, just over 20 years after his death. Shepard's ashes were interred at the crypt of Washington National Cathedral. A ceremony was presented by one of the openly gay bishops, Gene Robinson, and the Bishop of Washington. So the Bishop of Washington and a vicar did his burial, funeral, sort of. Imagine that, waiting 20 years. But in 2009, there was a law passed. She got the law passed. It took her a decade to pass the law of Matthew's legacy, or something like that. The book she wrote, it's just come up now, the book she wrote was The Meaning of Matthew. So you could probably get that on Amazon or eBay or a bookshop store in whatever. There's been a lot of TV programs about him, a lot of documentaries made by his friends, and The Meaning of Matthew is telling the story about how Matthew was and what he was about, and his sexual orientation. But even in 1998, that shouldn't matter, because I've got a few more crime stuff in mind, but the law was passed that it was legal to be gay in 1967. So for someone to be killed because of that, and it being known as like the crime of the century in America, it's actually really, really shocked me reading the majority of that, because No one deserves to die. Just gay, straight. No one even deserves. Right, I'm going off on a tangent now, and it'll be a separate video. But Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I need a gin. There have been a lot of books written about him, and R.I.P. Matthew. I will be doing a few more, maybe, on like homophobic stuff. If you did stick with this, thank you. I will link the Ellen DeGeneres video interview with his mum, and I will be linking all my social medias like Facebook. Yeah, can you just follow on Facebook though, and the usual stuff. But in my opinion, those two guys should have got the death penalty, because it is uncalled for. It is not just uncalled for, but I can't even. Just being gay myself, if I knew someone that hated me that much, that they would kill me, like a random person in a bar would just want to rob me and kill me because I'm a gay person. It's just so upsetting. So I will leave you with the picture at the end, the picture of where he was found, and a picture of him. So I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry, you can see my bra. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, share, and just remember that all it is that we prefer the same gender as ourselves. So, thanks for watching. And I've got a few more coming up. Happier ones, not like happier videos coming up. But thanks, and peace, love you, and bye.